Hi, I'm Marissa Kozlov. Welcome back for another eMarketer Industry Voices, where we bring you perspectives on how marketers are working through challenges and what they envision for the future. With me today is Aron North, CMO at Mint Mobile, a challenger brand gaining a lot of attention. Aron, nice to see you today.
Hi, nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Aron, the wireless provider space is pretty competitive. There's not much new at this point. We all have our mobile phones, we have our packages. What's your value proposition and who's your target audience?
Yeah, well, you're right. There wasn't a lot going on in the space. And we launched Mint thinking very much there was an opportunity to innovate here. So, Mint's main value prop is that we combine direct to consumer business model with buy in bulk savings to give the customer wireless plans starting at just $15 a month and unlimited for $30 a month. So, you bring D2C plus bulk, and you're able to take out all the cost of owning stores and running all these locations. And we take that and we pass those savings right on to the customer. But as far as an audience, this may surprise you. We don't have a target. We chase performance. We don't chase an audience. So as a direct-to-consumer business, we are very analytic driven, and it has led to a very dynamic customer base, which spreads the entire gambit of types of customers, which is really exciting.
Well, it's interesting. You brought up direct to consumer a few times. Mint has been going against the tide. First, you started off as a direct to consumer brand. You're now going into big box retailers such as Target and Best Buy. What's driving that strategy?
Mint's experiencing explosive growth, and we have people clamoring for the product. So our business has always been predicated on us not owning stores, right? That's our direct to consumer model. However, we're big fans of brands that are specialists in owning stores. And Target is an amazing retailer. Best Buy is an amazing retailer. We're incredibly excited to bring our product to the customer via them. And what's also exciting is they all own online properties as well. And Mint brings a really neat perspective to these .coms because that has been our primary focus. So we think we bring, a fresh set of eyes to the wireless direct-to-consumer space for their own .coms as well. So it's not just brick and mortar, it's brick and mortar and online.
Aron, tell us more about that in-store presence at Target.
Well, it's very exciting. So we are being, distributed in Target stores, but we also have displays going into about half the Target stores. So our displays are going to have a QR code. And as we've all learned this past year, QR codes are back. And that QR code, the fun thing about it is if you walk up to the display, you can scan the QR code and there's going to be a video that loads onto your device. And it's Ryan Reynolds explaining to you the Mint Mobile proposition, what to look for, how to purchase, et cetera, et cetera. We just think it's a really neat way to bring sort of some of our digital acumen into the brick and mortar to assist in the sale of the product.
Okay, let's get more into the marketing, advertising, and brand messaging specifically. One of your brand's owners is Ryan Reynolds, so it's no surprise that Mint's campaigns play creatively into pop culture and what's happening right now. What else can you share with us about your marketing and advertising strategies?
Yes, you're exactly right. We love fastertising. It is very, very fun. It's also a little risky, but that's okay. We're a brand that part of our brand DNA is that we're willing to take risks. So we exercise that not only in creative, but media strategies, and just our general approach is that we love to test. We love to try new things. We typically do them small at first, so we get learnings. And if we make a mistake or fail, we fail forward. But we are big fans of trial, error, learning, and growing. And I think that's what keeps the brand really, really fresh is typically you see only the successes because we know they're going to work and we're scaling them up. But the mistakes are tiny and, you get to learn and grow the business there as well.
Yeah, and it's all part of being authentic, which I know is one of your core brand values. Along those lines, the past year, we have all experienced some horrific events in this world, whether they were on the global level, on the national level. Did you change your approach in the past year to reflect these happenings?
So we immediately shifted our strategy and we immediately went into, really focusing on our existing customers and making sure they knew Mint Mobile was here to support them in this time of like extreme needs. So we released a program that gave all of our subscribers, no matter what plan you are on, free unlimited data. And we ended up running it for 90 days. Really, I mean, we are a consumer-centric brand, but this was a way we were able to shift our strategy from acquisition to retention, and we still had a lot of fun with it. Ryan left a voicemail for people telling them, you now have free unlimited data, and people loved it. And so our brand still wants to have a light personality, and we want to be consumer-centric, but yes, it absolutely changed our strategy, and we didn't go back into growth mode until late summer last year.
Well, it's so refreshing to hear that the brand was not tone deaf at all. You were very in tune with what was happening. Mint has had a lot of viral marketing success. Tell us, what channels are you looking to go into next?
We're really big into full page newspaper print ads right now, which is, I think people watching this are going, oh my gosh, hopefully they don't click off. There's a reason we're doing it. And it's a way for us to create a story in a medium people aren't using right now or aren't using like they used to. But what we've done is we've taken something very analog and we've turned that into a digital piece as well. So yes, we have the full page ad, but we also have our owner amplifying it and putting his own spin on it.
Well, I have to share that I started my career in print advertising. So your strategy brings a big smile to me to think back on my very first job selling newspaper advertising. But let's talk about your career. You have been extremely successful in so many areas, in retail, in CPG, in e-commerce. You have agency experience also. I'm sure that there have been trials and errors and highs and lows. So if you think back, what advice would you give your younger self?
You need to be fired by the time you're 30. If you're not almost getting fired by the time you're 30, you're not pushing hard enough. We're marketers. Our job is not to round the edges. Our job is to sharpen the edges. That's why I'm not a big fan of creative testing, because I don't want 7 people who don't know advertising and who haven't been trained and had 15, 20 years experience in the space telling me how to do messaging. So I think people need to embrace risk.
Well, Aron, this was so great. It was so nice to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. This was an absolute pleasure.
And thanks to all of you for tuning into Industry Voices. We'll see you soon. And until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and please wear a mask.
InMobi helps you understand, identify, engage, and acquire your customers. InMobi, driving real connections.